where during my inaugural I focus on 21st century skills, learning skills, which is more focused on C. So this is one of the quotes from John Berry. If we teach today's students as we teach yesterday, we drop them off tomorrow. This is basically the key point here is try to have a transformation in your learning process. That means that can happen only when you transform your teaching methodology, okay, which we are going to see. So most of my topic will cover today is what we call Education 4.0, okay, which is nothing but Industrial Revolution 4.0. So whenever there is a transition in the Industrial Revolution, I think there is also changes in our education scenarios. So the title is very promising and challenging sometimes because it is more on how we transform our learning space. Okay, when I say a learning space, it's nothing but it can be in campus or off campus. So as long as we cannot make changes in our way of delivery or the way we design it, okay, that's why I say redesigning the learning space. Okay, very important thing before we start our workshop. Okay, unlearn everything before you start your learning. Is it true or not? That applies everywhere in our life, right? So that means if you want to really learn something new, it can be for your career or maybe profession or maybe a life skill. Unlearn yourself. Okay, then only really the knowledge can go in. The problem is because of our disruptive world, okay, we have been distracted or maybe distracted with technology. Our mind is not fulfilled, not mindfulness. That's why when something is coming, we don't really open our ears very well because the mind is not connected. Okay, so if you want to really move forward, I think unbundle our learning styles to create a new space. That's very important. So we will start with a small activity. I think they have been distributed as sticky notes to you. There's only two questions. Why are you here in one word? Maybe it's because the college sent you to participate, or on your own interest, or you have been forced to come. Or maybe there are many reasons to come here, right? Is or no? Yeah. So just describe one reason. Number two, what two things do you most want to learn today? In this entire day until today's session. So I think the time will be for 5 minutes. So can we start this activity? Okay. We can start now. So the reason of this engagement is just how we can use in your classroom is try to always have some teamwork in your classroom. Okay, and try to give some empowerment to the students. Okay, give some pride. Ask them to name the group or maybe view their ideas. Because initially we started as an individual, right? That means you are putting your own thought. Then the next following is how you bring it narrow down. Okay, so when it comes to narrow down, probably the interaction is more. So when the individual task, even though it's a group task, but individually covered, right? The initial task. So what happens even though it's a group task, when you give individual tasks, people are still independent, individualistic. The moment we bring the same task to the next level, automatically the people started talking to each other. Does it happen? Is it happening inside? Yes. So that's how you need to change your assessment tools too. So I think they already given an introduction, but my name is Kandapan Balasubramanian, as they always prefer to call me Candy, because very difficult to pronounce in Malaysia. Because Malaysian, they don't like long names, especially from our Indian names are very long, right? So yes, I'm attached. So before I move forward, I just want to share a very quick what is this Apple Distinguished Educator, because I always believe sharing is good. Probably somebody in future can become an Apple Distinguished Educator. So they call it as ADE. Okay, the title is called ADE. Every 2 years once, the Apple group, the Apple will open an application for Apple Distinguished Educator. Okay, so the recent call for this year is already over, and the next call will be in 2021. Probably I can update the resource person here. So what it basically is, when 2015 and 2014, how the history came, 2014 I attended a course for 5 days, what we call it as Apple Foundation Trainer. Okay, so through that course I managed to know about this ADE. So what happens in 2015, I applied for this Apple Distinguished Educator, which is an online application which is open globally, but they have different zones. They will break like Asia Pacific, India, Europe, US, like they have a segment. Okay, so they have 5 zones, 4 or 5 zones, which they will open with a closing date. So when you apply, it's an online, very subjective, evidential. So they will ask you to upload 2 minutes video. The 2 minutes video is the one which you need to create a storyboard, how you have really transformed your learning and teaching in your field of expertise. Okay, so the one I submitted during that time was, I moved, because I teach basically, I am from School of Hospitality. I teach basically food and beverage operation, restaurant operations, wine studies, service quality management, and hospitality simulation. Okay, so our university quite well known for hospitality, and we got the 14th ranking recently from US World Ranking. And we have 7 restaurants. All 7 restaurants is an experiential learning restaurant. So we run our restaurant as a star hotel. Okay, it's a real learning. So we have proper reservation system. The students run the show. Everything is built. We have real customers, and every restaurant is attached to a kitchen. Okay, I'm not here to market. I'm just telling what is happening. Okay, so what happens? I move my restaurant from digitalization. So what I've done, I choose one of the very common app we all use is what? What app we use everybody? WhatsApp app, very good. So I try to see that the potential opportunity of using this app, because everybody used, so why not we can use it for the learning purpose? So what I've done, I use that WhatsApp app as an ordering tool. So the F&B team, food and beverage, front line, the restaurant staff, there will be one manager always, one bartender, and rest all will do the service. So I asked them to create a WhatsApp group connecting with the kitchen people. So to avoid the ordering process. So what happens in the restaurant normally? The server or F&B staff or waiting staff will come to the customer, present the menu, take the order, then he has to go back to the kitchen, place the order, and he has to come back, and again he has to go back and check the order. Is it right? It's a normal scenario, right? So, but you see, there is a lot of time has been observed in movement. So, due to that, the staff cannot focus on customer. That's where the engagement is lacking. So, I use that WhatsApp app. So, what happens? The server takes the order, send the order to the kitchen one person. We call it as a boiler. The person who orders to every respective chef in the kitchen. So, once the food is ready, the boiler will send the message back, food is ready for pickup. So, this reduces the transition. Alright? Is it difficult to implement? Only thing we have to be innovative. Okay, so even in WhatsApp can be used as a tool for your learning or even for project-based learning. But how you integrate is very important. Number 2, what I have done the paperless menu. So I use QR code, and also I use like a live screening, customer feedback. So these all transformation. Even like when my students are doing, because we start from 8:30 in the morning, but the restaurant open only at 12. Right? We cannot open the restaurant without any preparation. Alright? So for example, if I want to run the session here, there is a lot of groundwork. It's not like participants coming at 9 o'clock, the room is going to be ready. No. There are a lot of pre-preparation. So what I've done, I tried to capture all the students' movement, create a video of it, show the video to the customer. So that the customer will understand how the food is prepared and delivered to them to avoid the wastage. Because one of the big problems we have is the food wastage. Sustainability. That is one part of the people who are over food, other side is even scarcity. So how we can create a sustainable ecosystem in the food cycle. Alright? So is it very difficult to do that? Taking photograph, everybody likes. Yes or no? Everybody likes to take photograph, especially selfie, right? So why not we take that photograph as a memory of your learning and show to the people. For example, how it can be implemented in other contexts. For example, you are doing a project-based learning. Okay, during my presentation, I would like to share some ideas. It's not only slides. So what you can do when the students are doing a project-based, for example, you are doing a task on project-based learning. So where the students have to do either in campus or off campus, ask the students to evidence the project based through a video, like a photo capturing. Okay, ask them to create a video, ask them to upload it in the social media, and ask them to how many likes and quote, like a comments. Based on that, you try to have an evaluation system. Okay, the change should happen everywhere, not only like students are. So it's the learning space, you have to make a change. Is it very difficult? I think how many of us we use social media inside this classroom? Facebook? Can you raise hands how many of us use Facebook? Big transparency. So what are the other social media you use? Instagram, okay. Some social media we use. Is there anybody in this classroom never use any social media? Anybody here? Never use any social media. So we are using it. So why not we use that social media as a learning system? But it has to be very focused. For example, some people are very spectacle, like they need some privacy, right? So you can create a group, okay, and try to have a learning, and you can have a peer-to-peer learning process. For example, one group is doing a task. When they upload the photo or maybe a video, ask the students, other team members to give views and comments. This is where we try to build the peer evaluation system. Because when we go to the work, that's a corporate world or any business, when you are going to work with a team member, you must know how to give a feedback, constructive feedback. Even in our personal life, for example, your parents or maybe your children, you must know how to appreciate them. Is it true or not? So this learning is not only for profession, it's a life skill. According to me, each and everyone, we have different perceptions. And philosophy, right? Everybody, we have a different philosophy. Do you agree? Is it difficult to implement? Have you implemented before any social media for your learning purpose? Yes. Can you give me an example?
WhatsApp groups itself and the Facebook page also used.
So normally like in post or?
Both actually I deliver content and they clarify the doubts in between and we run quizzes also.
So very good. So probably the next step you can try to use your students to give peer evaluation. Then it's the same. You're already doing it. So that you don't think innovation is technology. Sometimes in the technology, how innovative you are. The same process, you will need to enhance it. So the moment the enhancement, you say, okay, the best comments will be given the high mark. Okay, so you try to have a rubrics for your assessment in such a way. So through that I submitted. So it will go through a channel. Okay, so they will take some time to release the results. So during 2015, I think from Malaysia around 42 people applied. It's open to all academicians. It can be higher education, it can be K-12 primary. So only 8 is selected. So every year they will select very limited numbers. So what is the benefit of being an ADE is, it will take you, they've given a 5 days workshop every 2 years once. That 5 days workshop is totally taken care by Apple. In 2015 I went to Singapore. So only thing you have to take care of your travel expenses. That is, what is the flight? The moment you land to airport, they will come and pick you and also they will send you back. The whole hotel, food, everything is covered 5 days. And they will normally do it in a good hotels. Okay. And in 2017 when they open, even though you are 2015 ADE, doesn't mean that every year you can go. I have to reapply as an alumni. But I have to submit 1 minute video. So I submitted and I went to Melbourne for 5 days. Everything covered, only the flight expense. So what happens in these 5 days? Probably a lot of sharing. So like 200 to 300 educators, we all talk to each other, a lot of workshop. So I think it's a good way. I'm not telling only Apple, even Google, they do it. Google Education. Even Microsoft, they do it. So try to keep, if you want to strengthen yourself in teaching and learning, which is a very good demanding field, and it's always evergreen. Right? So I don't want to take much time. So basically I didn't give you a paper because initially, just very quick one, because I told something, because basically like I'm a person who always prefer to travel a lot. And I give importance to networking, number 2. And especially like I give a lot of values to the friends. Okay, so this is